everybody, and welcome back into Blue Cross Arena from Rochester. It's the Rochester Americans and the Toronto Marlies in their second meeting of the year. And we are getting started here this afternoon. It is Sabres night from Rochester as they go in Buffalo Sabre-related uniforms this afternoon. And they will support the Buffalo logo. Here's Cooley going to the net early, dropping Jost, shooting. Good save made by Oktayamov out of the gates. Picked up center the Jokes. That shot won't go. Bouncer in the paint. Lettieri picks that up. He'll bring it up the right side and send it back into the Rochester zone. Picked up along the far boards. It's Prowl with it in the corner, battling Grew. Prowl with the puck again. He gave that away to Grew. Grew centers it, and a good save made by Levi early. Here's Rosen. The other way come the Rochester Americans down the right side. They'll wind and shoot it right on. The save made. The rebound taken away by Mermis. Benning sends that back into the Rochester zone. Around the boards it goes. Nylander fit it out front. That missed everyone and bounced out. Here's a giveaway by Mermis. Trouble for the Marlies. It's Tyson Jost. He'll step in. Look, centers. Kulig shooting. That's blocked. Benning trying to get it. And loose in the blue paint. Penalty going to Rochester early. Tripping on the play. Toronto to the first power play of the afternoon here from Blue Cross Arena in Rochester. It is Sabres night for the Rochester Americans here today. Yep, supporting the Buffalo Sabres. They're a parent team. And the faceoff will come here to the right side. Taken one back by the Americans in the corner. They'll look to pick it up and get it out. Quag had a great chance but turned it over to Torberg. Torberg looks in front. Torberg centers it. It's loose. And Quag did a good job of reading the play. And he'll get it down the ice. Hames back to collect for Toronto. Their power play hasn't been the sharpest this year. Pass finds Torberg. Up the right side, sending it in, but no one was there. And chasing it down is Pizzetta now. He won the battle behind the net, holds onto the puck, fed it out front. That's off the side of the goal, and Davies is there again to clear for Rochester. Drew back to collect. Hames with it now. Here's Hames back in. 40 seconds left on the rush. Hames waits, shoots. Saved by Levi. Here's Torberg with it now. 30 seconds left on the rush. Torberg looks for a lane, can't get it, and Davies is there, and he'll get it off the boards and just out to center ice. Slaggert with it again for Rochester. Here they come shorthanded. 4 seconds left. Here's a good pass, and Oktayamov makes a good stop on that and covers for the Marlies at the end of that power play. We stay scoreless just about halfway through the first here on Sabres night from Rochester. It's the Americans and the Marlies in their second meeting of the year. Toronto taking the first one back in Toronto 3-2. Here's Stillman shooting it. Deflects. Big save Oktayamov. It goes behind the goal. Back to the point, Rosen. Here's Prowl winding and shooting. That went wide and sent ahead to Hames. Here go the Marlies again. With the rush, they'll send it across the shot. He moved in but didn't take the shot. Marlies getting a penalty of their own now as Kulik hooked in the corner. He'll look to bring it through center and does now. Sends it off on the right to Jost. Jost winding for the shot, getting it away. It's stopped by Oktayamov. In behind the goal, back out front. Another chance that went over the net. What a chance for the Americans. They grab it again. Rosen, the Kulik. And penalty going to Toronto here. So Rochester will see their first power play of the night as Jacob Quillen heads off 2 minutes for hooking. And here goes the power play for the Rochester Americans. It's been one of the best so far this year. So the Marlies going to have to level with them here tonight. Prowl shooting. That was blocked, but the Marlies do not clear. Here's Prowl. To Byro. Gave it away. Pare. Johnstone turned it over. They had a chance to clear. Wyazbach. What a stop made by Oktayamov. Another chance. That's a shot, and it's gloved. Played down to Villeneuve. Marlies left to clear it. They're under siege. Pare out to center. Proud with it back. It's Rusek. Rusek moving in, shooting. That's blocked by Chadwick. Has another chance. Stopped, and another penalty on the play, and it's going to Toronto. It will be tripping against Noah Chadwick. And the Americans will go to a 5-on-3 power play in a scoreless contest here in the first. We're more than halfway through. Another big save by Oktayamov, and the Marlies get stuck in their end and take another penalty. And a glorious chance early on here for the Americans. Face off here to the right side of the goal. Taking one back by Rochester. Here's Rosen. He stopped. Rebound went wide. What a chance. Here's Prowl with it. Centers Rosen. That stopped. It's shot wide. Picked up again now by Byro. Marlies do a good job taking that away. Here goes Toronto, shorthanded. It's Mermis. Mermis will go to the net. He'll send it around behind Bennings to it. Benning back to the point. It's Mermis. Still a 5-on-3 here. Marlies holding on to the puck. They drop it back. Nobody there. They'll reset in their own end. Jacob Quillen picks it up. He'll send that ahead with speed to Rafai. One penalty done. Rafai sends it into the Rochester zone. Round the boards it goes. Byro trying to take it. What a play! Jacob Quillen, it rolled to the net though. And Proud takes that back as Quillen couldn't settle it down. Here's Torbert feeding it across. Rafai shooting it. Stop! Rebound. Lettieri couldn't tap in the rebound. Here's Rosen. Other way come the Americans. Rosen goes to the net. Shoots! Stopped by Oktayamov. We're scoreless here in the first. Here's a giveaway. Joe's back. Rosen right on. Stopped by Oktayamov. Sent ahead to Shaw. Both teams unsuccessful on the power play. Rochester a 5-on-3 unsuccessful. Toronto a 5-on-4 unsuccessful. Here's Kulik. He'll move in. Has a lane. He's stopped by Oktayamov. Another big read. And he gave it away. Now it's Quillen to Benning, and the Marlies do get it out. Under 2 to go in a scoreless first here from Rochester. Sent around the far boards. Byro trying to find it. Hames winding up for the shot. The puck never came. Here's Kulik. He'll bring it through center now with Murray. Sent ahead up on the left wing, Giroux. He'll step in on goal. Centers it. Murray knocked out by Oktayamov. And we're scoreless through 1 here today in Rochester between the Marlies and the Americans here in Sabres night from Rochester. Shots a goal in the hockey game in that first period. 14-4 for Rochester. They dominated that first period. The Marlies had some good looks early, but did nothing after that. It was all Rochester, but Oktayamov shut the door, and he stopped 14-14 so far. The hits are 4-2 Rochester after 1. The faceoffs 5-0 Americans. 0 for 2 on the power play. Toronto 0 for 1. We head to the second, scoreless here today. Welcome into period 2 here this afternoon from Rochester. The Marlies and the Americans here from Sabres night in Rochester. And the face-off won back by the Americans to start the period. Stillman with control. Grew trying to battle that at center. It's brought in over the Toronto line though and sent back out to center ice. Cooley back ahead. He gave that away to Nylander. Lettieri gets control. Vinny Lettieri will just dump and chase. Picked up around the far boards now by the Americans. It's Stillman to it first. And here come the Amherst. Cooley in over the Toronto line, trying to get it to the net. He'll try again, but Grew did a good job sticking with him and taking it back. Lettieri chips and chases. Nylander has it. Nylander to Lettieri. That deflected, but Levi got a pat on it. Here's Rosen. Sent ahead the Jokes. Here he comes down the right side. He has a lane to the net, and Oktayamov came out. Another save made. And now Benning will look ahead. He'll feed that off for Nylander. Sent back into the Rochester zone. Another chip and chase play that the Amherst win the board battle to, and Proud will carry it out to center ice. We're about halfway, no score. Here comes Kulik, steps in and shoots. Deflected, but Mermis did a good job getting in the way. Quillen right back into the Rochester zone. Around the boards it goes. Shaw has to be careful. He got in on the hands a bit. Kulik has it now. Here's Kulik. Rochester and Toronto pushing and shoving, but nothing coming from it. Here's Jokes to the net. And he set that wide. What a chance, but the Marlies fended him off. Here's Hames. Up the right side. No score, just about halfway here in Rochester. Logan Shaw backhands that to the net. Easily scooped by Levi. And he holds on to that for a face-off. 10:09 to go, middle period. No scoring. It's all goaltending right now. And defense. Here's the drop. Taking one back. Marlies try to win that. Clegg now to Byro. Taken back by the Marlies. Here's Pizzetta. Steps in. He'll shoot. Save made by Levi. Got a blocker on it. Good read on that shot. Here's Clegg. Carrying it out down the right side. In come the Americans. Centering past to Weisbach. He's stopped by Oktayamov. An easy glove read. And now Villeneuve sends that to Torberg. Now up for Paré. Paré back to Pizzetta. And that would have been offside, but they just got back onside. Now he's inside again. Pizzetta stepping in. Centers it over it. Got away from Paré, but he's back to it now. 6.5 to go in the middle period. Villeneuve has a lane. Shoots, but it's blocked. Good read there by the Americans. Here's Byro. Back in the Toronto end now. Rafai takes it back out for Toronto. Sends it ahead for Torberg. Here's Ryan Torberg taken down. Good job defensively by the Amherst. Now a penalty coming to Toronto. A trip on the play. And they'll go to their third power play tonight as Ryan Torberg heads to the box for Toronto. 2 minutes for tripping. Face off here to the right side of the net. Amherst back to the power play, 0 for 2 tonight. 5 shots on it. Here's a shot that's blocked, and the Marlies will get it ahead, and Johnstone will get it out and down the ice. Chasing back to Collector, the Amherst. It's Prow to it first. He'll send that ahead for Jobst. Down the right side, here comes Rochester. They'll chip and chase into the Toronto end. Johnstone finds it first. He'll play for Benning. Off the boards ahead for Mermis. It was given away, and now a good job by the Amherst regaining control. And offside is Kulik. And power play time dwindling away here for the Rochester Americans in a scoreless contest this far. Pretty wild hockey game to still be 0-0 between these two clubs. They're rivals, and we know they like to score a lot of goals against each other. And to see this game at 0-0, it's a surprise. Kulik is in, and he's stopped by Oktayamov. Shaw. Here's Grew. He'll send that back in on Levi. Easy save made. Just a simple dump in. As Proud grabs that back for Kulik. Taken away by Grew. Power play time running out. 25 seconds left. Here comes Rosen. In over the Toronto line, he has Jobst shooting it. Blocked, it goes to the corner. Mermis is there. He fanned on the clear, has to be careful. Now he will get it out, and it goes into the bench off the back of Logan Shaw. Well, power play time up. The faceoffs in the game are 9-0 Rochester. No scoring in this one with 2:24 remaining here in the middle period. Draw one picked up by the Amherst. Now Rafai takes it away for Toronto. And Rafai sends it back into the Rochester zone. Round the boards it goes, picked up by Hames. Hames in front, an easy save made by Levi. The rebound could have been dangerous. Here's Stillman. In the corner, grabs that back for Cooley. Here's Hames with it now. Sends it across to Rafai. He'll just send in. Toronto chasing after it. Logan Shaw was after it. Has to be careful here, trying to keep up. Rafai, penalty taken by the Marlies. With 2 seconds remaining in the period, Rafai got his stick up, trying to lift the stick of Rochester and take off. It'll be the 4th power play of the night for the Americans. They're 0 for 3 with just 2 seconds remaining here in the second period. Yeah, you got to be careful with your stick, and Rafai clearly irritated on that play, but the discipline has to be better for the Toronto Marlies. 4th penalty tonight against one of the best power plays. Here's Clegg. He's blocked at the buzzer, and the rebound was in the slot, but time expires. We're through 40 minutes tonight here in Rochester. It's the American 0, the Marlies 0, after 2. Shots a goal in the hockey game are 16-7 Rochester, no score after 2. Hits are 8-3 Rochester, the faceoffs 11-0 Americans. 0 for 3 on the power play, Toronto 0 for 1. We head to the third, Rochester on the power play again in this scoreless contest. Welcome into period 3 here this afternoon from Blue Cross Arena in downtown Rochester. It's the Americans and the Toronto Marlies. The faceoff taken one back by Toronto to start the period on the kill. Sent around, here's Mark Johnstone shooting it. Hand on it, and it's taken back by Kulik, and he rushes up the ice immediately. Here's Kulik down the right side, looking, shooting, stopped by Oktayamov. It's between his pads, and he holds on to that for Toronto. He's been lights out yet again. Face off to the right side of the Toronto nets. Americans still on the power play here. Draw one back, they'll look for the setup, they got it, and Oktayamov with a great glove read. Marlies trying to clear, broken stick, but now they do get it out and down the ice. And now it's Shaw to it first, off the side of the net. He was taken down, no call on the play. Marlies had their arms up, wondering why. Here's Grew. He'll bring it back in for Toronto, shorthanded, steps by, can't get the shot. It rolls away from the Marlies' reach and taken back by the Amherst. Now the Marlies do it again. Benning back in for Logan Shaw. He'll chip and chase. 10 seconds left on the power play. Shaw down low, took it away. Here's Kulik. And Rosen now. Amherst 0 for 4 on the power play. Rosen steps in, can't get the shot. Now he'll try. He's stopped by Oktayamov. Played it in the paint. He has to be careful. It's in. They're waving it off. There was some contact, and immediately it's waved off by the official. The horn does sound here, but they're waving it off. But in case this is a goal, the horn is going off. Well, here comes the call on the ice as the boos rain down. It is no goal, and the Amherst fans erupt here, booing at the referees, but there was clear contact on the play. Oktayamov unable to make the save on the contact. Prowl shoots, scores! This one ain't coming back. 1-0 Rochester right after a no goal. Gets the shot away. A good pass off the face-off. Akhtaamov screened completely. Doesn't get a read on it, and it's Rochester on the board first here on Sabres night. A beautiful goal here for the Americans, just setting that up, walking the lane of Akhtaamov, and finally someone finds the back of the net. Face-off taken, one back. Toronto with control. Logan Shaw will send in. Chasing it around now, it's Hames. He'll look in front, centers it, backhander. That came right in the paint. Levi made an easy stop. Here's Prout. He'll bring it through center now. Down the left side, into the Toronto end. It's picked up by Quillen. On his backhand now, Villeneuve ahead for Rapai. Sent back into the Rochester zone. 13.5 to go here in the third period. It's 1-0 Rochester. Hames to the puck first. Lost it on the hit. He'll go back after it now with teammates. It's taken away by Prout. Stillman. Rochester just trying to hold on to this lead. It's been goaltending all night for both clubs. Mostly Akhtaamov, though, as the Marlies with just 8 shots in this game. Here comes Pezzetta down the right side. He'll step in and go to the net. Can't get the shot. A good play by Clegg to read that. Biro taken down. Marlies keep it in. Here they come. Pezzetta stopped. He's tripped. No call. Torberg. He'll look to the net. Gets it back. Shoots. That's stopped. 10 shots in the game now. Pezzetta looks in front. Centers it. No one there. Kept in, though, by Rapai. Marshall Rapai. He'll go to the net. That's blocked. Torberg now. Toronto pressing. There's the shot. It goes wide. Picked up by Rusek. Amherst have it back now. Rusek out the center, down the right side, trying to chip into the Toronto end. It's taken back. Here's Villeneuve. Lettieri sends in. Toronto getting some momentum here late. It's picked up by Davies. In his own end for Rochester, trying to just get it out of the zone. Grew trying to pressure and keep it in. Amherst killing the clock. We're down to 5. Here comes Biro. Steps by, but Lettieri did a good job taking it back, and the Marlies have numbers. Lettieri looking for Nylander. Trying to get the pass to him. Davies read that and gets it out of the zone. Mersch off to Murray. Penalty going to Toronto. A late one here that might end up costly for the Marlies as Matt Benning heads off. 2 minutes for tripping. Rochester back to the power play for the 5th time in a hockey game. We saw it 2 trips earlier in the period against Toronto. No calls. The Marlies do one. They get called. Rochester's had 5 power plays. Toronto's had 1. Here's Clegg. Steps in, shoots. It's blocked. Rosen to the net. What a save on the line. Where is it? Oh, my goodness. It stayed out. Here comes Pare. Marlies short-handed. They're inside. Sending it across and now ahead for Johnstone. In the corner, he'll hold on to it. Now goes to the net, short-handed. Clegg will get it out of harm's way for Rochester. Rosen. 2.5 to go. Here comes Jopes. Akhtaamov with a game saver moments ago. Rosen blocked by Chadwick. Rebound in the paint. It's knocked wide. They have it again. Sending it to Clegg. Shot deflects. Knocked down. Akhtaamov again with a big stop. Under 2 now. Sent ahead for Cedric Pare. Here goes Pare. All he's got. Shoots. And it's in behind the net wide. Picked up by Davies. Marlies trying to keep it in. It's Pare. He'll do just that. Backhand scores! Cedric Pare on a giveaway in front of the Rochester net. He backhands it by the outstretched Devin Levi. And the Marlies tie it late at 1 apiece. They kill off a late power play. A chance for Rochester to put this game to bed. And Akhtaamov takes one off the line. He is down and out. This puck is going in. He keeps it out. And the Marlies fend off the Americans on the power play and then tie it late. Face-off one back by Toronto. Villeneuve sent ahead. That missed everybody and goes back down the ice. 49 seconds on the clock. 1-1 here from Rochester tonight. The last contest was a tight one as well. A one-goal winner. Marlies won 3-2 back in Toronto. Taken, here's Villeneuve. Gave that away, Rosen. Here's Jopes. What a save by Akhtaamov. Rapai and the Marlies go the other way. Time's running out. Here's Villeneuve. Looks for Hames. Found him. The shot scores! Luke Hames comes out of nowhere. Akhtaamov made the stop. The Marlies come the other way, and it's Hames who has the time and space in the slot to rip this by the blocker side of Devin Levi and give Toronto a late 2-1 edge here from Rochester tonight. Unreal officiating all night. The Marlies have been on the wrong end of things, but they find a way to pull in front with just 18 seconds left. Face-off won by Rochester, picked up by Rosen. He'll send for Stillman. Back in they come, looking to tie. Stillman shoots, it's blocked by the Marlies. Quillen and Toronto gets it behind their net. Villeneuve to the empty net. That one misses. They'll race down the ice to pick it up. Icing with 3 seconds left. And they're going to add a second to the clock for Rochester here. 4 seconds. Oh no, they did adjust it now back to 3. Face off to the right side of the Marley net. One last chance for Rochester with the empty net here. Draw one. Here comes the shot. Stopped by Artyomov. He'll hold on with 0.4 seconds. And there will be a lot of unhappy Rochester fans going home today. The Amherst had a 1-0 lead. It came midway through the third, and the Marlies tied it late and then stunned them with 18 seconds left. And they hand Rochester a second straight 1-goal loss on late goals, back-to-back games. This one coming in front of their home crowd here on Sabres night. Your final score for Rochester this afternoon, the Toronto Marlies 2, the Rochester Americans 1 in regulation time.